Good evening. Here are tonight's headlines. A Henrietta resident is remanded to prison on a firearm possession charge, while the body of an unidentified man is discovered in a Cummings Lodge trench. Additionally, a Chinese national is granted bail in a forgery case, and a man admits guilt in a weeding machine theft case. In other news, the government announces the termination of Calco's contract for the Conversation Tree project, and the Education Ministry reveals plans to expand the Because We Care cash grant. Meanwhile, human remains are discovered in a Berbice cane field, and a $1.7 billion upgrade is underway at the new Amsterdam prison complex. Stay tuned for more updates. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more news.
Henrietta resident remanded to prison on firearm possession charge. In a recent court appearance at the Charity Magistrates Court, Cleon Alfonso, a 32-year-old resident of Henrietta, Essequibo Coast, found himself facing charges of possession of a firearm without a license. The defendant appeared before Magistrate Tamika Clark on Monday, April 8, 2024, to answer to the allegations brought against him. Alfonso was apprehended by authorities on Tuesday, April 4, 2024, at Anna Regina Public Road, Essequibo Coast, leading to his subsequent court appearance. During the proceedings, Alfonso initially pleaded guilty to the charge. However, due to concerns regarding his medical condition, a not guilty plea was entered on his behalf. As a result, Magistrate Clark ordered Alfonso to be remanded to prison until further notice. The court adjourned the matter to April 30, 2024, to allow for a comprehensive medical evaluation of the defendant. The case underscores the seriousness with which firearm-related offenses are treated within the legal system. The outcome of the medical assessment will likely play a crucial role in determining Alfonso's legal status moving forward. Residents of Henrietta and the wider Essequibo Coast community are reminded of the legal consequences associated with unlawful possession of firearms and are encouraged to adhere to all relevant laws and regulations governing firearms ownership and usage. Further updates on this case will be provided following the scheduled medical evaluation on April 30, 2024. Body of unidentified man discovered in Cummings Lodge trench. In a somber development, the body of a man, only identified by the name Saray and believed to be a vagrant, was found early Tuesday morning in a trench at 10th Field, Cummings Lodge, East Coast Demerara. The discovery, made around 6:30 HRS, has left the community in shock and mourning. The deceased, described as being of East Indian descent, was discovered lying on his left side in the trench, partially submerged in water. Clad in a gray jersey and long blue jeans, the man appeared to have been in the water for some time before being found. Emergency medical technicians from the Central Fire Service swiftly responded to the scene, but sadly, the victim was pronounced dead by Dr. Atwaru of the Georgetown Public Hospital. Upon arrival, crime scene investigators meticulously examined the area and the body for any signs of violence. However, no visible marks of violence were observed, adding to the mystery surrounding the circumstances of the man's death. At present, the man's body has been transported to the Memorial Gardens mortuary, where it awaits identification and a comprehensive post-mortem examination to ascertain the cause of death. This distressing discovery comes on the heels of another tragic incident in the region, where the body of another male was found floating in a trench at 5th Field, Industry, just a week prior. The consecutive incidents have heightened concerns among residents and authorities regarding the safety and security of the area. As investigations into both cases continue, authorities urge anyone with information relevant to the incidents to come forward and assist in shedding light on these unfortunate events. The community mourns the loss of yet another life and remains vigilant in the hope of preventing similar tragedies in the future. Chinese national granted bail in forgery case. In a recent court appearance at the Georgetown Magistrates Court, Senior Magistrate Clive Nurse granted bail to Ingo Sun, a Chinese national, who was charged with uttering a forged document. The bail was set at $150,000, with stringent conditions imposed by the court. Go Sun made his first appearance before the court, with the charge being read to him through a translator. He was accused of uttering a forged document on Friday last, reportedly at Madhya, Region 8, by Air Services Limited. The charge detailed that upon inspection of his passport, immigration officers discovered that he had not applied for nor been granted an extension of stay beyond his initial one-month visa, which expired in November 2019. The prosecution objected to bail, citing Go Sun's non-Guyanese status as a potential flight risk. However, Go Sun's legal representative, attorney-at-law Pamela C. E. dos Santos, contested this assertion. Dos Santos clarified that her client possesses assets in Guyana and has voluntarily surrendered his passport to the authorities. She further explained that Go Sun was unaware of the forged nature of the documents and expressed readiness to rectify the situation. The attorney assured the court of her client's compliance with any conditions imposed and highlighted Go Sun's clean record with no prior legal issues. In light of these arguments, Magistrate Nurse granted bail, stipulating that Go Sun must lodge his passport and report to the Criminal Investigation Department, CID, headquarters every Monday until the conclusion of the case. Go Sun is scheduled to return to court on May 7, 2024, for further proceedings. The case underscores the importance of diligence in document verification and the consequences of forgery, even when unintentional. Man admits guilt in weeding machine theft case. During a virtual trial at the Georgetown Magistrates Court on Monday, a 48-year-old man, Phillips Adams, confessed to stealing a weeding machine on March 2, 2024. Appearing before Senior Magistrate Clive Nurse, Adams pleaded guilty to the charge, acknowledging his involvement in the theft. The incident, which occurred at Lamaha Street, Georgetown, saw Adams stealing a weeding machine valued at $120,000. According to the prosecution's account, the victim had secured the machine in a guard hut before leaving the premises. However, the following day, the victim received a call from his security guard, reporting that Adams had trespassed onto the property, entered the guard hut, and made off with the weeding machine. Subsequently, Adams was apprehended with the stolen item in his possession, leading to his arrest and subsequent charge. Considering the gravity of the offense and Adams' admission of guilt, Magistrate Nurse weighed the appropriate penalty. He took into account Adams' lack of prior criminal record and the swift resolution of the case, opting to impose a 7-month prison sentence on the accused. The verdict underscores the importance of swift justice and accountability in cases of theft, serving as a deterrent against future criminal activities. Government to terminate Calco's contract for Conversation Tree project. The Guyana government has announced its decision to terminate the multi-million-dollar contract awarded to Calco Guyana Incorporated for the incomplete Lot 8B of the Conversation Tree to Dennis Street project. Public Works Minister Juan Edgehill confirmed today that the termination is due to the contractor's failure to meet expectations, emphasizing the government's commitment to timely project completion. The termination follows a directive from President Dr. Irfan Ali, who recently convened a meeting with representatives of ministries and agencies responsible for awarding and monitoring government contracts. During the meeting, President Ali emphasized the enforcement of penalties outlined in contracts for companies that fail to fulfill their contractual obligations. Minister Edgehill had previously expressed concerns about Calco's ability to complete the project during a site visit early last month. He emphasized the government's stance against project delays and reiterated the priority of delivering goods and services to the people. Calco had received warnings from the government prior to the contract termination. The contract, signed in August 2022, originally set a completion deadline of November 5, 2023. The project involves the construction of a 4-lane carriageway from the East Coast Highway at Conversation Tree to Delhi Street, along with additional infrastructure developments. Lot 8A of the project, executed by S. Jugmohan Construction and General Supplies Inc., has already been completed. However, Lot 8B, awarded to Calco Guyana Inc., remains incomplete. The termination of Calco's contract underscores the government's commitment to holding contractors accountable for project delays and ensuring timely project delivery for the benefit of the public. Education Ministry announces expansion of Because We Care cash grant. As schools reopened for the August term, the Education Ministry unveiled plans to expand the Because We Care cash grant program, providing financial assistance to school-aged children across Guyana. Subject Minister Priya Manikchand revealed the details of the initiative via a social media post on Monday, highlighting the government's commitment to supporting education and alleviating financial burdens for families. This year, each child attending both public and private schools will receive a cash grant of $45,000, an increase from previous years. The grant consists of a $40,000 Because We Care cash grant, supplemented by a $5,000 uniform allowance. The initiative is expected to benefit 205,000 children nationwide. The Because We Care cash grant program was reintroduced by the government in 2021, fulfilling a manifesto promise. Since its reintroduction, the grant amount has steadily increased to provide greater support to students. In 2022, the grant amount was raised to $25,000, accompanied by a $5,000 uniform voucher. By 2023, the grant had further increased to $35,000, demonstrating the government's ongoing commitment to education accessibility and affordability. In addition to the cash grants, the ministry announced that 26,000 grade 5 and 6 pupils will receive breakfast during the school term. Previously, only grade 6 pupils benefited from the program, but grade 5 pupils have now been included. This expansion reflects the government's dedication to ensuring students have access to essential resources for optimal learning. Furthermore, the ministry revealed plans to roll out other major programs during the term, aiming to enhance educational outcomes and support school communities. As part of ongoing efforts to improve school infrastructure and address community needs, the Grove and Timeri primary schools are scheduled to reopen, with Grove Primary undergoing pest control treatment and Timeri Primary serving as a shelter for residents affected by wildfires. The expansion of the Because We Care cash grant program underscores the government's commitment to investing in education and empowering students to succeed academically, regardless of economic circumstances. Human remains discovered in Burbus cane field. The Tranquility of Enterprise, a field in East Cange, Burbus was disrupted Tuesday morning as skeletal remains of a human were discovered, prompting an investigation by local authorities. At approximately 8:30 HRS, Deprasad Hublal, a 41-year-old security sergeant, and Dion Victor, a 56-year-old security constable attached to Rose Hall Estate, East Cange, Burbus, made the grim discovery and promptly reported it to the Reliance Police Station. Upon receiving the report, police officers were dispatched to the scene, where Hublal and Victor guided them to an area within the cane field where the skeletal remains were found. A skull and bones, suspected to be human remains, were visible at the site. According to accounts provided to the authorities, a cane harvester working in the vicinity around 7:45 HRS stumbled upon the remains. He quickly alerted the field foreman, who subsequently contacted the police. Crime scene ranks processed the area, meticulously examining the scene, and retrieved the remains for further investigation. As the investigation unfolds, authorities are working to determine the identity of the deceased individual and the circumstances surrounding their demise. The discovery has raised questions and concerns among locals, prompting heightened vigilance in the area. Authorities have assured the public that investigations are ongoing to unravel the mystery behind the discovery of the human remains in the Burbus cane field. $1.7 billion upgrade underway at new Amsterdam prison complex. Efforts to enhance the infrastructure and facilities at the new Amsterdam prison complex are progressing swiftly as part of a significant $1.7 billion upgrade initiative. Director of Prisons, Nick Elliott, led a team on a site visit last Saturday to oversee the ongoing construction projects and ensure their efficient execution. The inspection of capital projects within the prison service is a crucial aspect of ensuring that the upgrades meet the required standards. Following the visit, the team confirmed that construction activities at the site are advancing according to schedule. The reconstruction of the complex is being carried out in 10 lots, each addressing specific aspects of the facility's improvement. Notable progress was observed in lots 2, 4, and 5, which encompass the construction of male and female living quarters, the officers' sports club, and a reception building, respectively. Additionally, Lot 1 focuses on the construction of senior officers' living quarters. Lot 3 involves the development of a kitchen and storage bond, while Lots 6 through 9 encompass the construction of essential facilities such as an infirmary annex, an overhead storage tank, a treatment plant, cell blocks, and a training facility for inmates. Lot 10 is designated for the construction of a training facility. Director Elliott emphasized that the expansion works underscore the government's commitment to investing in capital development within the prison system. This investment aims to ensure adequate capacity and improve conditions within the prison complex. Accompanied by key officials including Deputy Director of Prisons Kevin Pilgrim and department heads, the team received a comprehensive tour of the facility during which they were briefed on the status of ongoing projects. The thorough assessment reaffirms the government's dedication to modernizing and upgrading correctional facilities for the benefit of both staff and inmates.